Okay.
Because we already say Bollywood, all you gotta do is put that transgender guy in there, good to go. Now, Hollywood gets a little bit more complex,
Yeah.
especially with the new stuff I've been seeing, like the new movie trailers. Right? I
Mm,
saw, and this also links to the comic book industry stuff. I saw the new trailer for Wonder Woman, right?
right.
And I did not understand why Wonder Woman looked the way she did.
I think I know exactly what you mean. Please elaborate. How did you expect her to look like?
I thought, okay, and this is just my, this is just me expressing my opinion, which is also the opinion of other people, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's not narcissism. Yeah, it's just truth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
right, Wonder Woman was looked like she was in really good shape, as if she worked out or something.
Uh huh.
And I was wondering, like, why wasn't Wonder Woman played by a plus size model?
Well, exactly. Exactly. And I'm really happy that you touch upon that subject because I really feel like that's a big problem in the movie industry, and it has been for a long time now, right?
Right,
Where, like, movie after movie, they just use paragons of unreachable physical attributes. Like, it just these examples that cannot be matched, that cannot be found in everyday life in regular
right,
people, right? Like,
right.
who the hell in a normal lifestyle works out to that point, and looks like that? Nobody. That's not relatable, as always.
I don't look like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, me neither. Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, I go to work, I go to coffee shops. I don't see anyone who looks like Wonder Woman. You know, it's
No.
just unreasonable to create these expectations, to create heroes that we can never truly match.
Right. And I was watching the trailer, and this is the thing I was talking about when, of course, the too much innovation movement will start up.
Uh huh.
Wonder Woman wouldn't even need a lasso for people to tell the truth because they would just be naturally open and honest without it. And it's
Exactly.
so sad that she needs this tool in order for this guy to tell her, hey, I
Yes,
didn't
but
wash
as
my
far as the
hand after wiping
movie,
my ass.
definitely. But as far as the movie is concerned, I really think that it makes sense because the movie is happening in the 1940s, and you know how backwards and just primitive the culture was back then. It kind of makes sense that she needed some kind of supernatural way to get people to tell the truth. Obviously, once the world is saved and once we are open and honest, with each other, then that wouldn't be necessary. But even then, the movie will still hold up in the sense that in the past it was the only way to achieve it. But I really want to grab and focus on this tenacity that Hollywood has been showing for since ever to just use. Because all I can think about, you've watched Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Nope. I
You
avoided it.
you avoided it. Good,
I
because
avoided
because you watched the trailers, right? And you
Right.
saw and you
So
saw what I did. So
I
Chris
already
Chris,
know
Chris Pratt is an actor that was part of a TV show called Parks and Recreations. And
yes.
over there he was a completely relatable guy. He
Right.
had a normal physique that everyone could, compare themselves to and relate to. And he also had a completely normal intellect and sense of humor that anyone can aspire to. But then Hollywood grabs this guy, and now I see him in these movies, and it's just, how am I supposed to relate to that? I don't look like that, you know?
And it's very upsetting to
Yeah,
see somebody doing well when you're not. How dare he?
exactly.
How dare he?
Participate in these space adventures, these fantastic space adventures with a completely transformed physique I mean, do you, it's unfathomable to even consider putting working what I would need to work to get to that point. It's just it's darkening. It darkens my moods, and it makes me feel so inferior and so bad when I see him like that. Knowing him, knowing how I knew him back in when he was in Parks and Recreations.
I don't even know him anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I used to
liked
look
him better
yeah,
when he was Chris Fat.
yeah, because then I could look up to him. Now I can only look up at him, and he looks down at me, and it's just terrible.
Oh man, that's a shame because he looks through me.
Mm.
It's really sad. I jeez. Give me give me a Alright. Alright, I'm keeping it together. So I get really emotional when it comes onto these things. So
Mhm.
we're talking
I understand you, man. It's like it's just difficult. It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
right, and I look at him and it's like he expects that other people want to better themselves or something. And
Like he did, yeah.
yeah, like he did.
Well, like he thinks he did. He didn't better himself.
No.
He just like basically kowtowed to these unnatural expectations that culture, this toxic masculinity, heavy, culture has put on him. And he pursued those expectations, and I have no doubt to great suffering on himself, because that must have been truly, truly painful on his part to get to that physical shape.
Yeah, because I watched I watched a
what?
movie was featured and I think it was called the I don't remember the name. Jennifer Lawrence was in there. Also, Jennifer Lawrence's butt was in there. I think it was a separate character.
Oh,
And
the space game the space movie where they get,
yeah,
where they stuck in some ship.
yeah, it was Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence, and Jennifer Lawrence's butt. That was the main cast.
Uh-huh.
So, when I was in the theater, you wouldn't believe this, right? My mom, right, my own mother,
Uh-huh.
and my sister, they were saying how hot Chris Pratt looked in this movie. You know, this is the first time they ever noticed Chris Pratt as well. They're like, "Oh my God, he's so hot!" And I was thinking to myself, like, "Wow, he even has the audience concerned about his health because." My parents, like my mom and my sister, thinks his body temperature is over 98 now. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And all because this it's just terrible priorities, in from the Hollywood's point of views, and even from the actors. They should just say no. Accept me in my true body, physique. Do you know why are you making me get a fake one? A fake one.
Synthetic physique,
Yeah,
unnerving, unnatural.
upsetting.
Ugh. It's gross, is what it is.
Yeah, and that is definitely a primary way through which Hollywood can seek to save itself.
Yeah.
It's just include people with real body physiques.
And they need to stop objectifying these men because, as
Absolutely.
we all know, men across the world we care.
Yeah,
Every single man cares.
yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up, man. I'm glad you brought this up because this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Okay. Okay. So my brother invited me out to the movies, and his response was, there was nothing good that was out.
Okay.
He didn't like a single one of those movies to go watch. He didn't want to go see any of them.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
And we all know that's the reason why.
Yeah. That is exactly the reason why. Are you listening, Hollywood? That is the reasoning why. You need realistic physiques. You need realistic people in your damn movies.
Right. Did you see the new Alien movie?
I have not yet. Why?
Well, it would make me so angry if they decided to put the xenomorph in that movie.
Wait, they didn't? It shows in the trailer.
They showed it in the trailer, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, that's all you need to watch to know everything about a movie. You don't need to actually see the actual movie because, come on, right? So, like, the xenomorph, oh my God, I'm getting so riled up. You look at the xenomorph's physique and you tell me how I'm supposed to look like that.
Never. And at the end, that's a perfect comparison. What is the difference between the xenomorph, which is the perfect life form in the alien universe? It's absolutely the perfect life form. The difference between the xenomorph and Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they're both equally fake.